James Cameron really just gave us another movie that's basically just a gigantic allegory for humans destroying nature. But
his name is James Cameron, the bravest pioneer. No budget too steep, no sea too deep. Who's that? It's him, James Cameron.
Unlike the first movie, it's not a complete ripoff of Pocahontas. So we are back on Pandora for the first time in 13 years. Took a long ass time to make this movie, and I can kind of see why. And that's because this movie is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's beginning to end, it is fucking beautiful. I guess the technology's got to catch up to the ideas that are in James Cameron's head. And though Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar 2, is basically kind of the same concept as the first Avatar movie, where it's, it's humans versus aliens, humans versus nature. It's, instead of mining like this priceless mineral out of the planet, they are instead wanting to make a new home for humans, and they have to brutally murder Jake Sully because he's the leader. And that brings back our main villain from the first movie, which, not a spoiler, we were already told he was going to be back. I won't say how he's back, but it was such a cop-out how he's back. It's like, oh, okay, giant epic battle, ends the villain, and just very conveniently, he's back. But the story as a whole, I think, is actually overall better than the first movie, because it's not, just alien Pocahontas. Instead, this time around, we get a story about the importance of family, about the importance of helping one another, of accepting one another, and also that humans suck. What ultimately sets this movie apart from everything that came out this year was the fact that it is absolutely visually stunning. Like, it is gorgeous. It's beautiful. The CGI, the effects, it's just, oh my God. Like, it blows my mind that James Cameron can create something this amazingly gorgeous that looks very real. But then we see other movies who clearly have the CGI budget of a movie on the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, just everything about this movie is absolutely gorgeous. The story's not amazing, but it's better than the first one. But the acting, the effects, the directing, the cinematography, the writing as a whole, though some of the lines are kind of corny, it's just, everything is gorgeous. Even these new creatures, which are giant whales, but even though they definitely have the mouth of a graboid from Tremors, so it's like, okay, James Cameron has clearly watched Tremors. But anyway, they're like these gigantic whales who are like spirit brothers and sisters to this tribe of Na'vi, and the whole thing is very, very interesting. And speaking of tribes, we learn that there's, they're all Na'vi, but there's different tribes. I don't know if they're necessarily different species, but they look different. So I guess they're kind of different species, but they're all Na'vi, and they also all have their own magical tree. Really, the only thing that bothered me was, and it was kind of, it's a small thing really, is one of the characters played by Sigourney Weaver, her new character, is the adopted child of Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana's Na'vi character's stepdaughter. They adopted her because there was a miraculous birth from Sigourney Weaver's original Avatar, which is just sitting in cryostasis, or like in the giant water tank, and somehow becomes pregnant and gives birth, which is a little weird. That's not explained at all what happens. And then all of a sudden she has like powers that also not at all explained. But it's kind of a small thing. I don't really care, to be honest. At the end of the day, Avatar 2, The Way of Water, which I originally thought was kind of a dumb title, but as you watch the movie, the title makes sense. But yeah, everything about this movie is just fantastic. It is way better than I expected it to be. Like, in all honesty, I wanted this movie to fail because I wanted James Cameron to go away and maybe do something else. But because this was actually so good, I want Avatar 3, and I thought I'd never say it. Like I said, gorgeous, beautiful, beginning to end, everything about it. Ultimately, I give Avatar: The Way of Water an A. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.